But here on Atlantic Boxing Television, we're doing pros for you once again, folks. It's Peter McGowan, along with John Oregon, Paul Stivaleta, of course, and there's Mr. Bill Conley, if we can maybe get him over here, but, you know, you never know. Here he is here. Mr. Conley, how are you? He's been watching me, folks. I'm in trouble. How are you, Mr. Conley?
I really got nothing. This guy, I don't even know.
Have a seat, Mr. Conley.
I can really not.
I'm
working the show. I don't want to. I don't want to say anything derogatory here. You know.
Oh, it's non-derogatory on Atlantic Boxing Television.
Judging at Wonderland Park tomorrow night. At the fights tomorrow night, I'll be a judge down at Wonderland. Tonight, I'm helping out the boys here by gloving the fighters and traveling 3 miles from the ring, around the world and downstairs. It's a workout.
Mr. Bill Conley, Vice President of the NEABF, New England Amateur Boxing Federation. What's on the docket next for the amateurs?
Well, we have a number of shows coming up next month in July. Off the top of the head, I can only remember 2. I think it's July 13th and July 29th. We have other shows planned, and I really can't come up with a date at the moment. I don't have them. But we've been very active. We got a lot going. And incidentally, next year, we have the National Golden Gloves, which we more or less, we don't sponsor, but we supervise at Lowell. They come to Lowell in May and the first part of June, and that'll be a big show. That's the entire country, and that's going to be quite a show.
Mr. Conley, what does it take to be a judge in fights?
Well, I'm not going to sum it up in a few words. It's years of experience. Usually, if you have had boxing experience yourself, have some knowledge of what's going on in there, then there are some basic rules by which you score. And basically, as I said in a pamphlet put out at the Golden Gloves, it's really the effective landing of legal blows that score points. There was much more to it. Basically, supposedly, 4 legal blows equal a point. But I have yet to find out anybody who could accurately keep the count of all the blows in a busy fight and determine that. But you can usually tell by the reaction of the fighters to a great extent as to who's winning and losing. That's not the criterion, but that is very helpful, Judge. There's a lot to it. I wouldn't try to put it on in a couple of minutes here and explain how to judge a fight. There's so many aspects to it. No 2 judges judge a fight the same because they look for different reactions and methods of scoring. That's about it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Conley. It's been fantastic talking with you, and we'll see you down the road.
I wanted to say hello to you anyway, and your cohort up here.
Cohort? That's the boss.
That's the boss, so I shouldn't have said that. I mean, you actually get money for this?
I wish. We're coming up on the last fight here. It's the heavyweight. Thank you so much, Mr. Conley.
Get the gloves. I want to walk that 5 miles.
It's going to be Millage Brown out of Rochester, New York. He's got the yellow trunks with the green trim. Versus John Lamprey out of Springfield. He's got the black trunks with the yellow trim. Lamprey's out of Springfield coming in at 1-1, whereas Brown's out of Rochester, New York coming in at 3-0. The Warrior. Millage, the Warrior Brown. Oh, a left hook to the body there, Paulie. Big. Thank you, Mr. Conley. Big left hook. Oh, a left to the chin of Brown. Oh, and there's her overhand right, and it looks like Lamprey has Brown's number right at the beginning of the fight.
Throwing some good punches, some heavy leather thrown here. A little heavy leather. He's after him. You can see now from a guy that's holding back and a guy that's really wanting to take a guy out, which you were trying to explain about the fight before this. Remember?
I hear you, Paulie, but I'm interested in this fight here. Millage, the Warrior Brown with the black trunks there. He's just trying to circle off and corner John Lamprey, and Lamprey's on his bicycle trying to save himself, it seems.
Well, he's in there for a win, and he wants to shine it up and show his ability, and he does move very well, and he's a big boy, 200 and something pounds, and
219.
219, throwing some good leather in there.
Oh, and Lamprey, it just looks like he's lost. He went down to the knees.
He's not hurt yet, but his heart is gone in this fight.
Seems like he might have swallowed his heart there, Paulie, as the Warrior Brown is just cutting off this ring and coming with both barrels.
Yeah, he is. Throws nice punch. There it is. Left jabs alone knocked him over then.
The left hook put him into the ropes, Lamprey into the ropes, and he's in serious trouble just trying to hold on and clutch.
Definitely is. He's getting hit some serious punches. He's wobbly, and I think the referee's going to have to step in on this one before something happens. There it is, right there. Taking some solid punches now. Now is the time where the referee, you see his face colors changes now. His face is kind of blue right now. If I was in there, I'd be stopping this fight.
Oh, that ought to stop it, Paulie. But Brown just gets sent to the neutral corner.
But the kid is game like he wants to fight. They should stop this fight.
Oh, they keep going. The Lamprey said he tripped over his own feet. The right hook puts him into the ropes, and Brown's just all over Lamprey. Lamprey is blaming it on something besides the punch, Paulie. But
he's being knocked down. He's legless. He's exhausted. And this is when a guy can get hurt. They got to know when to stop a fight like this.
It's all over. Look at the Warrior Brown. He does look like a warrior. That'll do it. It's a knockout in the first round from Millage. The Warrior Brown goes to 4-0, defeats John Lampley. Lampley falls to 1-2. And that'll do it for the fight, and that'll do it for the action here on Atlantic Boxing Television.
I think one of the exciting nights for me tonight was when Peter McNeely, after his fight, came over and gave me a big hug. I was very excited about that.
I saw you glowing there. I was doing the camera work, and I saw the big glow coming from the little table here. But well, it was a pretty good fight night. Good fight card.
There was a couple of great fights tonight, and that makes it a good night. But there were some that were pretty bad and didn't do any good for boxing. And one was disqualified in the early bouts the fight tonight. One of them we saw was a very dead fight until the last round. They put on a good show. But you know, they got to do a lot of more boxing and get some good shows on so that we can draw the crowd and give the game the name that it needs.
Well, Paulie, we'd like to thank Jim McCarthy for staging this fight, Bill Salisbury for promoting it. It was a very good house tonight. I'm sure they made out pretty well, and the fighters themselves are going to make out, except for that first fight where the guy came in, he didn't want to fight.
He shouldn't get paid. He should walk home, that fella.
He should walk home. But
I'd like to say I want to thank you and Horrigan here for bringing me along with you to these fights, and I enjoy it so much. It's brought me back to life a little bit, and especially both of you, your personalities and the way you work is really exciting for me and to be with you. And I want you to know I hope this can go on forever. I hate to lose you, and I do enjoy it, and I think the people at Dedham that see it are enjoying it, and you're doing a fine job, and I'm so honored that I can work with you, and I want you to know that.
Paulie, the honor is all ours. You're the champ, and it's more than a pleasure to have you with us. You've been watching Atlantic Boxing Television from Foxborough Park in Foxborough. For Peter McGowan, Paul Stivaleta, John Horrigan, and the rest of the fighters and everybody else, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.